Because our class is coming to the end tonight, I will give you a brief motivation or brief lecture on Bayesian networks. Bayesian networks, it's a statistical model, so it consists of nodes which represent random variables, and edges among the nodes which represent causal relationship among all the nodes. Let's say an interrelationship in the model, and they're used usually if we want to, let's say, investigate what's a factor of some evidence. Sometimes we observe, let's say, if the factor is a disease, we observe symptoms, and we would like to know the likelihood, the probability, if these symptoms are caused by this disease or another one. And so instead of going in some crazy mathematical formulas, let me start with this silly example. Let's say we have a friend, let's call him Joe, and we just met him in the hallway, but we didn't really have a chance to talk to him, and we noticed that Joe is a little bit pale. And so we were wondering what could cause that Joe is pale. So one option is that Joe has flu. We can see these are the random variables, the nodes, and the edge represents the causal relationship that flu causes that Joe is pale. Another option is that Joe went to a bar yesterday, he drank a lot, and he is pale today. We can actually notice that if Joe would have flu, he probably wouldn't go to a bar. It would sort of affect this random variable as well. And to include a little bit more evidence in our model, I consider day of the week, because if it's Friday, Joe is very likely to go to a bar. If yesterday was Sunday, he probably was at home. And so just to wrap up, these are the causes, and this is the evidence we observe. And we would like to know or investigate which of these causes affected that Joe is pale. To do that, we actually need to fill the model with probabilities, and that's one of the strengths of Bayesian networks, that they can combine a lot of information from different sources. So for flu, we know that prevalence of flu in, let's say, this time of year is 3%. Day of week, that's pretty much equally likely. In this model, I consider only Friday or Sunday, just to make it simple, but of course in a full model we would have all 7 days of the week. We also know that if Joe has flu, he wouldn't go to a bar, he would stay at home. He's responsible. If he doesn't have a flu, if it is Friday, there's a 90% chance that he will go to the bar. If it's Sunday, who goes out on Sunday? So there's only a little chance on some special occasion that Joe would go to the bar. If he has a flu, he will certainly look pale. If he goes to a bar, there's a 50-50 chance, because he's an experienced drinker, that so we have the odds of 50-50 that he will be pale the next day. So back to the model. If we observe that Joe is pale, considering all the information we had before, we get that there's a chance 88% that Joe was in a bar yesterday, and only 12% that he has flu. If we include more evidence, which is the day of the week, so let's say if it's Friday, we can see that the chance actually increased from 88 to 94% that he was in a bar. On the other hand, if it's Sunday, it turns that flu is much more likely to be the cause of his today very bad appearance. So we will discuss this method next week. I hope you you are interested in that, and see you next week. Thank you.